Hello everybody, hope you're doing well and welcome to a little bit of a side quest go over video. Look, this week has been manic. The last 2 weeks I think have been manic within the game, I can't believe that over 2 weeks have gone of this particular month already. It's just like time flies, and on Monday it's gonna be my birthday, and it's like where's all this time gone in a very short space of time? Necropolis has been such a big thing, but I didn't want it to overshadow the side quest, because the side quest is something that I'm very passionate about on a monthly basis. I like to create guides, and unfortunately with a lot of stuff, a lot of grind, battlegrounds and such like, I've been unable to kind of dissect the side quest and other things around it. Luckily it's been a very, to the point side quest that it's pretty easy to kind of like do and get on with, but I wanted to look at a few topics within it and kind of bring it all round circle, especially look at rewards. Rewards are one of the main things a lot of us look forward to with side quests, and the rewards have been, on the face of it, it looks bad. We've got a bit more delving to do on this particular subject before, we come to an end point of this, and of course we've got some stats and facts. So as you know, you go and get rope by doing the mercenary base objectives. You can do 7 entries into the side quest a month, and that will be part of your grave robber. And also there's the big spender, spend gold, get like rewards. Obviously grave robber right there. And then is there one more? No, that's the big spender one is a bit of a weird one, because it just feels like such a confusing element, especially for the fact that you've kind of like got to wait certain days for things to unlock, like your primordial dust. Oh god, that's a good reminder. Like, I've got to use my primordial dust on an ascension. Luckily, I'd already months before prepped my Aegon, which is going to be, which is rank 3 at the moment, and will probably be rank 5, but I've got to make some decisions. And one thing, I've covered this, talked about it, I can repeat it again. It's always important to look at what drops of Cyber Weekend and trying to access Paragon players trying to access a rank 3 7-star. Is there going to be anything on that, to spending your units? Because at the end of the day, you may be only able to do a completion Necropolis and pick up something good from Cyber Weekend, and you may be able to get yourself that Valiant, progression title. So it may be like, okay, well, I only need to do a completion Necropolis and pick something from Cyber Weekend. So don't throw all your eggs in one basket, because you don't know what's going to come about. Anyways, to the point, I digress. This particular side quest, you can't enter, you can enter in a high volume, but you can't enter to the same volume as previous ones, or you'd like to enter them like all in one spot. And when you get there, the rewards are a bit kind of like, you're a bit unsure about the volume. So if you look at what kind of like Kabam put out for this one quite recently, they give the information. So depending on where you are in the game, we'll start Paragon, we'll work our way down. For Paragon players, you always get gold. Like, every successful run gives 100k gold, and then you'll either get a chance of getting the following, which is 6-star hero crystal shards. Optional path included on all optional paths, whatever that means, but that's something you might pick up, 6-star hero crystal shards as part of this. Is that right? Yeah, that's right, because I picked up 6-star crystal shards quite frequently. We're going to see that in the data with these paths, and sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. It's very kabami with it. Of course, tier 5 basics, tier 2 alpha, relic shards. And all of these are randomized. You never know what you're going to get. Thronebreaker players, it varies. 275, 6-star crystal shards right there. And then you got underground crystal shards, which are the meta shards this month. Rest are in the calendar. I don't know, I feel Kabam are giving less shards out recently. Maybe it's just me. And of course, 4-star heroic shards and 5-star relic shards. And a lower volume of tier 2 alpha and tier 5 basic. And golden, especially going down to Cavalier. But the accumulation is something that's kind of like, it's tough because you don't get to see it all in one place. There's objectives where there's more rewards that are located within it, and that again can bring some element of confusion to matters, because you're like, okay, well, for me, this is you might have seen this on this here that's on screen right now. You might have seen this in my side quest guide for this month, which is just like, I refer to it as Rich's rewards tracking. Obviously, I wanted to make a video partway through the month. I kind of look at whether or not there's anything good from it, or kind of like it's building up. Even though I've just realised just got to swap places with the images right there. Otherwise, it'd be going a little bit better than I thought it would. 6-star signature stones. I've picked up 6 in total so far after 2 weeks. I've picked up 400 6-star relic shards. I've picked up nearly a quarter of a 5-star relic, and I've picked up 64,000 of the tier 2 alpha fragments, which I think is that 2 or is it 1 and nearly 2, whatever it is, and then a good chunk of tier 5 basic. The problem with these is that we've got this stash issue in MCOC where everything seems to just go into your stash because the volumes of holding the likes on inventory haven't increased for the likes of tier 5 basic, tier 2 alpha. They seem to be like floating there, and it's kind of like a bit of a pain point for players at the moment with it. In any case, but going back to this, I've picked up 6,500 6-star shards and 5,000 of the meta crystal shards as well. So on the face of that, that is not really where we're up to when it comes to decent rewards. So the question might be, well, where the heck's the rest of the stuff? Is there any kind of extra to this that kind of feels like we're getting anything more than that? And the answer is somewhat yes with it. It depends how you want to look at this particular quest. I mean, I am glad that there's other things going on and other things you can get. As part of the big spender event, which you'll spend on gold in any case, it does make this event very much kind of like straightforward. And recently, as a Paragon player, I've picked up some more 6-star signature stones, more meta shards, more 6-star signature stones. Is that tier 6? That's tier 6. Good. And then as we go down, there's other things as well. Tier 5 CC selector, some more 6-star signature stones, some more tier 5 CC selector, and now it's tier 6 ISO, whatever. 1,000 7-star shards, and as well tier 6 class, again ISO, the primordial dust. So there's some things there that are a bit of a plus with it. What else? Is there anything else we can justify the point with? Well, if you go to the Catacomb store, you do get the option of spending your bundles in relevant places. So, for example, I'm like, okay, well, I've got my bundle right now, and I can buy, I've got 2 of the 4. So I'm like, I can buy, any of these, which I'll probably do in a moment. But look, I can just go like here, go, okay, I'll grab a further 2,000. So that's 3,000 7-star shards for this month as a Paragon player. So I guess that's good. Again, where is the extra? Is there any extra? Does it feel like we've got any extra for this? Especially as if I've got one more objective to do, and I'm like, not sure about this. Do I go and do a? I'll have to do a Moon Knight fight, but to be honest, it's nothing really. A bit of a, I think I used the wrong champion for some of them, so I was like, oh right, okay, well, so I'll use some energy. Luckily we've got that option. You don't have to do the side, go into the side quest. You can go and farm some different locations, and of course if you've seen my videos, you'll know that we've covered that on the channel. So there's like loads of locations in which to go in order to get said champions and fight them and kind of get the dual targets. There's stuff there, so you don't have to do it one way. You can actually do the side quest 2 ways for the objectives. But those particular objectives is where you get the added extras. Now, I don't do side quest totals at the moment, or side quest rewards totals. I will try and do that. The problem is nowadays there just seems to be not enough time in the day for me to do that. Working during the day and then doing stuff in the evening and working on weekends. It's just trying to find as much time as possible to kind of do this, which I think is important because I do want to track and keep logged in the rewards evolution. So the thing with the rewards evolution is largely in your objectives. The objectives look a bit like, this, and the rewards for them are kind of located, yeah, it is on a monthly basis, isn't it? You do get this month is a shovel. We've talked about how that would benefit, but it's a case of trying to find the adding up element to it, from having 6-star signature stones there times, what is that, 1, 2, 3 times, what is it? I have to get a calculator now in order to do quick maths. It's so 3, 2, 5 times 3 times, if I can get this into shot, there we go. There's 4, isn't there? 4 weeks of it. So it's 3,900 plus whatever you get out of your runs in there. To be honest, it might feel like it's a lot less So maybe that point of this side quest being giving out a lot more is actually incorrect. Where's the extra 6-star shards? Doesn't seem to be. You have to be lucky to go, okay, well, if I got 6,000, was it 6,500? If I've got 6,500, which yes, I do have 6,500, then we have got to guarantee ourselves more after 2 weeks. It's like saying plus 6,500 might feel a little bit less. So where's this extra? I have to like now kind of say to myself, like now I'm kind of saying to myself, oh right, okay, where's these extra shards coming from? Is it a case it's coming from one of the other side events that are there? So this is the thing, isn't it? This is why I definitely need to go back to rewards totals tracking, because I think we need to get a real grasp on what is Kabam giving out, the volumes that Kabam are giving out, because you can go to here and go, right, well, that's 7-star shards, great, 3,000 instead of 2,000, which seems to be a normal thing, but where's the extra 6-star shards? Like before, weren't we getting like 20 to 30,000 6-star shards in kind of like volume? Is that the case? Have I got that wrong? And that's the thing. I'm constantly asking myself questions as to like, where's the extra shards? Especially from a Paragon perspective, from Thronebreaker perspective, there's not like a huge amount there. So it's like a very RNG month. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just going back to the thread right now to kind of see if anybody's noticed it. Maybe that's the thing. Nobody really cares at the moment. Maybe there's a lot of things on that people didn't care so much about with it. So this is very weird, isn't it? I don't know if it feels like a massive downgrade on rewards volume and it's more relic orientated, because that's another thing as well, isn't it? Like looking at this going, hang on a minute, like under the objective side of things, especially for Paragon players. I'm using Paragon players as an example, but of course, if it's affecting one type of progression, then everybody's affected with it. So for an example, let's get back to the calculator. So we've got again, similar situation, 225 times 3 times 4 equals 2,700. That does feel a bit low than what it is. Yeah. It doesn't look good, bruv, does it? As well as there's other kind of like relic orientated stuff. So yeah, I don't know what to make of this, because it's like, it doesn't feel like it's good. It doesn't. I thought that it was going to be a case that this would actually be wrong and this wasn't as bumped as much. But if it's like saying that what you see on screen, what I picked up, if I get that times 2 for the rest of the month, that's not good. That's not great. 6,500. I mean, we talked about that. 6,500 times 2 times plus the other one. It's not a huge volume. Again, tier 5 basic, tier 2 alpha. It's not good. Like 6-star signature stones. Like not good. I don't know if Kabam are justifying this because they've got some kind of event they're going to launch. Maybe because November's kind of like, we're not going to give out so many rewards. Are we being shifted to kind of then go next month, and with Necropolis and Cyber Weekend and this platinum pool event that's just recently dropped, like, is this the kind of cushioning the blow kind of thing, and all the extra stuff is kind of like within there? I don't know. I'm really interested to find it in the comment section from you all, lovely people, the community. What are your thoughts on this? If you're presented with like this RNG element to it, and it not being as big as rewards some previous months. Of course, do bear in mind there is some stuff in that Catacomb store, so you get one of the tier 3 alpha and tier 6 basic. But even then, I guess it's a case of like, right, well, these were Rift rewards before, which were quite spicy. You could get 74,000 6-star shards, 47,200 6-star shards there, 62,000 of the special meta shard, 12k of 6-star shards, and then a good amount. So I suppose in some ways it's the same ish, but they're 6-star signature stones. But there was also guaranteed rewards, these extra rewards which came with it. So there was an extra guaranteed of 3,000 6-star shards, plus obviously some of the other things that you could pick up. So I don't know. It kind of, to me, it feels like there's some like less rewards, because a lot of this stuff is rooted in different areas. There's definitely more 7-star shards, but there's less amount in different areas. But I don't know, I'll throw it over to the comment section. What do you think about this? Put it down below. Check out some other content located on screen, and I'll see you all soon. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.